Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name's Kaylee. In today's video, I'll be doing a Sephora try on haul. I have a few products that I've gotten from both from Gratis and products that I've purchased myself. And I was gonna just do a Sephora haul, but I figured I may as well test out these products while I show you guys what I picked up as well. So I have this bag here filled with some fun new products. Some products are new releases and some are just products that are new to me. So if you wanna see me do a full face of makeup, trying out some new products, then keep on watching. Okay, starting off with some new skincare. I did do most of my skincare, but I haven't put any moisturizer on yet because I wanted to test out a new moisturizer. So the one I'll be testing out is from the Inkey List, their Omega Water Cream. I'm not sure how new this is. I do feel like it's been out for a while, but I've heard people raving about this, so I wanted to give it a try, and I've been loving water creams recently. I do have drier skin, and these I think are technically targeted at oily skin because I believe they're oil free, but I've really been enjoying water creams under my makeup. I just feel like they look really nice. Like I love the Charlotte Tilbury water cream, I love the Laneige water cream, so I figured I'd give this one a try and see how it wears under makeup. So let's open it. I haven't even tested this one at all. I feel like that's meant to stay on. No. Okay, no. The whole cap comes off. Just in case you open this and were confused as well. Okay, so let's go in with a little of this. It does have that nice watery texture. Oh, it feels really nice. Yeah, that like rubs straight in. Definitely a good morning moisturizer, I feel like. I'm just gonna let that sit on my face for a few minutes just to dry down a little bit. Typically I would go in with a sunscreen after, but just for the sake of like testing this product, I'm just going to not wear sunscreen today. I'm not going outside, so it should be fine. But I just really want to test this out properly, so I'm just gonna let that sit for a few minutes. Okay, once that has dried down a little bit, I'm gonna go in with a new foundation. So this foundation is not new at all, but it is new to me. It's the Dior Backstage foundation. So I've been wanting to try this for a long time and I just haven't, so I'm excited to try it. I have it in the shade 0.5N, which is a neutral tone. I have like swatched it, so I've seen like the color and everything. I know it matches, but I haven't worn it yet, so I'm excited to give it a try. I'm gonna put it on. Actually, I have my palette here, so I'm actually gonna use my palette today so that my hand, it doesn't get super messy. I'm just gonna use my Real Technique sponge today. I feel like it's quite thin. I've tried this on like a lot of clients at work. That's why I wanted to give it a try, just because it seems to look good on everyone that I've put it on. So I wanted to try it on myself, see if I like it. It's definitely a very thin consistency, but it did blend out really nicely. Probably should have done my eyes first because I'm doing some colors on my eyes today, but that's fine. Okay, I think that's all I'm going to do for foundation. I don't want to go in with too thick of a layer. Okay, then for concealer, I'm going in with the Kosas, I forget what it's called, super creamy brightening concealer. I have tried this once before and I didn't love how it looked on me, but I wanted to give it another chance because I would think I was using like a new powder and other new products with it as well. So I wanted to give it another chance using like different powders and just kind of play around with it a little more to see if I can get on board with it, because I've heard so many people love this, but it just, yeah, it didn't seem to work for me the first time. So let's give it another try. I have it in, again, 0.5N. I'll use it as my eyeshadow primer as well. I usually use my concealer as my eyeshadow primer. I use the Tarte Shape Tape and I feel like that works really good as a primer, but we'll see how this one goes. I have this giant pimple here that I'm probably not gonna be able to cover, but I'll try my best. Okay, I think that's good. And I'm just going back in with the same Real Technique sponge to blend that out. I mean, I like the texture of this concealer, but like I like how thin it feels, but I've noticed like thinner hydrating concealers haven't really been working for me recently. So I don't know. I think I'm gonna go in just with my Tarte Shape Tape on this bad boy here because it's not covering. A little bit of that. I think that's as good as that's gonna get. It's like red and inflamed, and I feel like you can never cover them when they look like that. So I'll leave it at that. Okay, next I'm going in with my cream contour stick. So I've used a few times the Westman Atelier Face Trace contour stick. I've really been enjoying it. I have it in the shade Ganache, which looks like a very dark shade, but I actually like what it looks like. It has more of like, I feel like it's like a neutral undertone, which, yeah, I've actually been liking on my face the few times I've worn it. So I don't feel like I need too much of this one as well, just because it is so dark, but I feel like it blends out really nicely. And I'm just gonna go in with like a flat brush like this to blend that. And I always just go back in with the same sponge after. Just if the contour looks a little crazy, you can just lighten it a little bit with your sponge. Okay, then we're gonna go ahead and set everything. So I'm using the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Loose Setting Powder in the shade Cherry Blossom. So I've used this one, upside down. No, is that upside down? No, it's not, just backwards. I've used this one a few times as well and have really been enjoying it. And I am going with kind of like a pinkish look today, so I feel like this will go really nicely. I'm curious to try this with new products, so like with that new foundation and the new concealer. Setting powder is like made to like bake with, but I don't tend to bake anymore, so I just kind of press it into the skin and leave it at that. Okay, then usually I'll go in with a setting spray after this step just to kind of help everything melt into each other. So I'm gonna give another product another chance just because I have used this one before and didn't love it the first time I used it, but it is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. I know everyone raves about this product as well, and when the first time I used it, I just didn't feel like it held my makeup throughout the day. So I'm gonna give it another chance today. Hello? Is it broken? Okay, I guess I'm not gonna give it another chance because it's not even spraying. I didn't even know how that happened. Okay, I wonder if I dropped it or something. Okay, never mind. I'm gonna go back in with my usual setting spray just from Benefit the Professional. This is definitely one of my favorite setting sprays. I just feel like it does such a good job at holding my makeup throughout the day. Just to make sure my eye concealer is set, I'm gonna go in with just a white nude eyeshadow just to set that down. All right, now for the fun part. I'm super excited to be using this palette. I did get this one in gratis from Sephora. It's the Danessa Myricks, I think it's called Groundwork Blooming Romance palette. So this is a palette that's meant to be for like the eyes, brows, face, and lips. It's kind of an all-round palette, and it has creams and powders in it. But it's so pretty. She had this in like a neutrals, in neutral tones, and then she came out with the pink tones, and it's just so pretty. It also has a scent. It has a really sweet scent to it as well. I can smell it every time I open it. But look how pretty. So many fun colors in there. So I'm gonna do like a pink look today. I think I'm just gonna use the powders today. I don't really want to deal with creams, and I did already set my all my face with powder, so we're gonna stick to powders. But first I think I'm gonna go in with, I think I'm just gonna start with this, like the lighter shade here, the very lightest, this shade here, just to kind of go all over the eyelid. And then we'll go on top just with the, actually I might do this third color here. It's called Dreamy. Go in with that one. For this, I'm gonna stick to like the outer corner and kind of blend it in a little bit as well. Mostly focusing on the outer corner. Might just do a very like traditional eye today. That's really pretty. It blends really, really nicely. Like I don't feel like that looks patchy at all. It just like blends so smoothly. And they're really pigmented as well. It's funny, when I was playing with it at work, it didn't seem like it was gonna be that pigmented. I don't know, maybe it had just dried out from like being like sat there open or something. But I really didn't realize how pigmented it was gonna be. That's really pretty, I like that a lot. Then to tie in the look, I think I'm just gonna put a little bit of highlight on my eyelid. I'm just using from Benefit, the shade Cookie. I'm just gonna press that with my finger all over my eyelid. Okay, then I'm thinking I'm going to do a little wing with this. I'm gonna use this second last shade here. It's called Evermore. No, I think I'm actually gonna use Bliss, this one here. It's like not too brown. It kind of still has like a pinky tone to it. I feel like that'll be fun and something different as well. So I'm gonna go in with that and just using like a angled brush. So I like to do like the wing part first, and then I'll like press it into the eyelashes. I really like how easily that is to like blend and move on the eye. Okay, now moving on to the rest of my face. I was waiting on a new bronzer, but it hasn't arrived yet. So I'm just gonna use my same old bronzer that I always use. It's just the Fenty Beauty Sunstalker bronzer in Cocoa Naughty. It's using a fluffy brush. Okay, now for blush. I'm excited to be trying some new blushes. I have tried both of these in different shades, but I have the pink shades here to go with my pink eye. They are a bit of a different toned pink. They're definitely a lot cooler than what the Danessa Myricks palette is, but I feel like we'll make it work. So this is, the first one is the Haus Labs blush in the shade Dragonfruit Daze. So it's this really nice pink color. Really excited to try this. I don't typically wear like bright pink blushes like this, but I'm excited to give it a try. So I'm gonna go in with this one first. I really like that. It actually doesn't look too cool on the face. It's a really, really nice color. I like it. And I'm gonna put a little on my nose as well. Yeah, that's really pretty. Okay, and then going in next with the Rare Beauty blush, I have it in the shade Happy. These are her new blushes. So you've probably heard a lot about these ones, but they do come in this like, it's kind of like a cross between her blushes and her highlights because it is very shimmery. I feel like this is gonna be more of like a blush topper for me, just because it does come out more like a highlight almost. So it does have a decent amount of pigment, but I feel like to get enough pigment to what I usually like, you'd have to go in with a lot of this, and I just feel like your face would look too shiny. So I feel like it's gonna work really nicely as a blush topper rather than like your single blush. Yeah, that looks so pretty. So it's kind of like a highlight. I feel like you don't really need a highlight when applying this one. And then it just adds like a little bit more pigment. I love this color. I have the color, I have Hope, which kind of comes off as like a peachy sort of pink, but I really like this one. I think I'll put a bit of this on my nose too. That's so pretty. Yeah, I really like this color. Cool. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyebrows off camera. I have a new eyebrow pencil here. It's just a restock. It's just my usual pencil that I use from Benefit. They're Precisely My Brow Pencil. I get this one in the shade number 2, Warm Golden Blonde. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my brows off camera. The brows are done. I almost forgot, I am trying out a new brow product today. This one's from Urban Decay. Their Slick Day Brow, I think it's called. I think this is a new product. I've not seen it before, but I'm not 100% sure, but we'll give it a try. It is in a clear shade. The brush kind of hurts. It's kind of sharp. So interesting. Yeah, it's like a metal brush. I do prefer when my eyebrow gels do come with like the smaller brush. I just feel like they're easier to apply. But we'll see how this holds my brows throughout the day. All right, then I'm just gonna go back in with my Benefit highlight just to highlight my brow bone and a little more around the eyes. But I'm not gonna put any of this on. Maybe I will put a little on my cheekbones just so. Okay, now I'm gonna try out a new mascara. You guys know how fussy I am with my mascaras. So I rarely, like on days that I'm actually leaving the house and I want my makeup to last throughout the day, I rarely use new mascaras. So I usually leave it till when I'm like filming a video or just staying home to try out a new mascara. But this one is from Tarte. It's called Maneater. I got this one in gratis. First, I'm gonna curl my eyelashes. Okay, then going in with our new mascara. This is a black shade as well. I find the brush quite interesting. Like it's just very straight and thick. I feel like every brush that's out these days is like either like curved or just has some sort of like shape to it. But the brush isn't like a huge deal to me. It's more about the product and if it's gonna smudge or transfer or anything throughout the day. Okay, there's the mascara. Like so far it looks good. I did a few layers, but yeah, so far it looks good. But like I said, for me, it's more about how it wears throughout the day and how it lasts on the face. If it smudges, transfers, any of that. So I'll see how it wears during the day and then make my final decision. But for now, I think it looks good. So moving on to, the part I am also very excited about. I have some new lip products to try out. So I've been using the same lip liner forever and I don't know if they're discontinuing it or if it's just really popular and always out of stock. It's a NYX lip liner in the shade Nude Beige. And for some reason, every time I go to pick it up, it's like, I'm lucky if it's there. And like the last time I bought it, I think I bought 2 or 3 of them just to stock up. And then I've been looking for it everywhere again because I'm basically out of it. And it's not there and it says temporarily out of stock. So I don't know if there's just a shortage or it's really popular or if they're discontinuing it. But I couldn't even find it on like Amazon or anything. So I'm trying to find a new lip liner to replace that. It's annoying because it's like the perfect nude shade and it's always so hard to find the perfect nude shade. It's usually too orange or too pink or too brown and I feel like that one is just the perfect in-between nude. But I'm gonna play around with some different liners and see if I can find one. So I've heard really good things about the Makeup Forever liners, so I thought I'd start there. I don't know if this shade, how the shade's gonna be on me. I got what's it called? Wherever Walnut. I couldn't decide between this and I think it's Anywhere Caffeine, I think it's called. I wasn't sure which one to go with, but I just decided to go with this one and we'll give it a try and see how it looks. But I've heard good things about it, but we'll see how like the shade is. I mean, I really like how it applies. It applies really smoothly. I usually color in my whole lips as well. I really, really like how that applies. It's so creamy. Honestly, almost too creamy. Like, I kept accidentally going outside my lip line just because of how like smooth and creamy it applies. But I mean, that's never a bad thing. So I do like it. And I think I like the color. I think it's a little more orangey pinky. I don't know which one. I can't decide if it's more orange or more pink than my next one. But it is a little different, but I still think I can make this work. I think I usually just use it underneath like a lip gloss or an oil or something. And I think I can get on board with this being like my new everyday color. Then a product I'm super excited for, I have from YSL, their new loveshine, what is it? I think I got the lip oil. I don't know. Caring lipstick. It says High Shine Caring Lipstick. I think this one's the lip oil, but I have it in the shade Rosewood Blush. It's number 201. I think it's the lip oil, but they're so cute. Like, I honestly chose it mostly for the packaging. They have like 3 new ones that they just came out with, and they all have like similar packaging. One's like red, I think one's like a darker pink or something, but they all look super cute. But I was gonna get a few different ones, but I was choosing all similar shades, so I figured that was pointless. So I just went with one. This was the one that stood out to me, and this is the oil, and I tend to go for more oils. I want it to be hydrating as well as shiny. So I'm excited to try this. It looks similar to the lip liner, so I feel like they'll go good together. Maybe I should have not filled in my whole lips just to see like what the color is like on my, let's swatch it. Okay, so So it has like a bit of pigment. So it looks kind of like almost orangey. Honestly, I feel like rosewood is the perfect like shade to describe it. But yeah, I just can't really tell with that lip liner. The lip liner is like, so it's almost like a lipstick, like how pigmented and like creamy and smooth that is. Like I think you could just wear that by itself and it would look like you have lipstick on. But yeah, I don't know, I'll play around with this lip oil a little bit. It does feel very smooth and buttery. Okay guys, here's the finished look using some new products. I think it turned out really nicely. I'd have a few new favorite products in there, but I'll let you guys know my final thoughts and opinions on these products in my description box. But that brings us to the end of this video. So as always, thank you so much for being here and watching this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.